r/datingoverforty. Yaldneverly Wright says, dating for idiots like me, what are signs of actual legit interest versus general friendliness? Hi everyone. I've been out of the dating pool for 10 years now and trying to learn to navigate the waters again. It's becoming evident that I don't really recognize how to interpret signals from potential partners, men, to distinguish from if they are actually interested or just being nice/generally playfully flirty. Could you help a lady out here? Or is the answer always going to be you gotta ask, sorry? I'm just not that bold yet. Thanks y'all. Phone 000 says, it can be hard to tell. If they ask for my number, then I know. Sometimes you just have to keep talking to them to find out or just take your shot. I had this guy chatting me up at the dog park once. Showing all sorts of interest in me, asking me questions, loving on my dogs. We were chatting for about 20 minutes when he pulls out and hands me his business card. Both he and his wife, no ring, opened up a new dog boarding facility and I should try them out. That stung. Sapfo 2869 says, has he started fanning his feathers? Or building a nest collecting blue objects to attract you as a potential mate? Joking, if only it were that easy. I was oblivious to older men liking me until they came out and said it. Though one guy who I thought was a friend read the book I was reading so we could have a conversation about it. That's when I knew he liked me. Roaming Nomad 7 says, I don't think there's any true indication as to whether someone is romantically interested vs platonically interested. That's where the communication comes in. Indigo85 says, I find it impossible to tell. I've been out on dates with male friends without having a clue that they were dates. The only time I realize is when they say something explicitly or go in for a kiss. NSA_chatbot says, if we knew how to read signals, we'd be in relationships. Danger Jest says, I'm a guy and I would say, if you find yourself talking to / engaged with the same single guy more than once, he may be interested in you. I don't really hang around a lot of single women. I have female coworkers, years-long platonic female friends / friends' wives, and relatives / family friends. Then there are the random single women at the places I go. If an interesting single female pops up, I'll talk to her. If I'm interested in her, I'll keep talking to her / seek her out / spend time with her if I can. I don't really beat around the bush myself. I'm a shoot your shot kind of guy. I'm aware that most 40+ women aren't going to make the first move, so I do. You could help that along by showing interest back to a single guy you may find yourself talking to. If he keeps coming back, you show interest and he never asks you out, he's too shy / unsure or isn't interested / just a friend. r/datingoverforty. Robin Bide 911 says, XFWB reached out to me after 3 years. I was surprised to hear from him. We had sort of ghosted each other the last time we hooked up. I had complained to him I didn't feel respected. I only heard from him when he wanted sex, and I got tired of feeling used, and I assumed he realized he couldn't offer anything more. Anyhow, when he messaged me, I wasn't sure if I should respond just to say I was happy in a new relationship and offer a friendly chat to see how he was doing. But after I looked at similar posts on Reddit about the similar situations, I realized he was probably only reaching out because he found himself in a dry spell and was hoping to hook up, thinking I would still be available for that. So I just deleted and blocked him. I just wanted to thank the wise folks on Reddit for helping me see that it was no use messaging him back. It might jeopardize my current relationship, and it's further proof he only saw me as an outlet for sex and nothing more. I was not very good at having FWB situation because the friend portion of that acronym rarely exists, and I knew I always needed more than just RefCK buddy. I feel like I was right by not responding, but curious what others might think. Funny Maroon says, if you're in a relationship you definitely should not be responding. Just use the golden rule. Would you want your current partner responding to something like that? Block and delete. 2 grains of salt says, well done. That's a wise move on your part. Had you responded, even to say no thanks, you would have opened up a dialogue and might have opened yourself to unnecessary complications and jeopardize your current relationship. Also, no response in your case is a clear response. No explanation required. Reindeer Street says, yet another of the multiple daily posts proving FWB shouldn't be a thing. Either do relationship or booty call, there can be no in between. A New Beginning Now says, you weren't really available to hook up 3 years ago once you realized that you needed more than just sex. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Unless he brought more to the table, a full friendship at minimum and, based on what I'm reading, ideally a romantic relationship, he wasn't getting sex with you no matter what. In this case, I probably would have responded, only to sternly tell him that you told him 3 years ago you needed more than just sex, that you ideally wanted a relationship, that you don't understand why he would contact you again after 3 years, and finally to tell him that you did find yourself a relationship that you're happy in. I'm not a big fan of blocking unless someone is scary or harasses you. When you bluntly tell someone that absolutely nothing will be happening and why it won't be happening, they move on. Sometimes blocking, even if they don't know they are being blocked, emboldens them to find other methods of contacting you. The truth is often your friend, because it leaves no room for argument. I may be in the minority here, please don't downvote me if you disagree. Sometimes silence allows them to think they may have an opening at a later date. Permanently closing that door gets rid of that. r/datingoverforty. Saltmarsh 666 says, events adventures? I keep getting ads for Events and Adventures, a social club that organizes events for 30 to 50-year-old singles. I know they interview and vet people. I have a feeling there's likely some crazy membership fee. Does anyone have experience with this organization? Fatgalex 2018 says on the website that most memberships run $1,800 to $2,400 a year and you only have 3 days to cancel, in writing, and from my research it looks like the term is minimum of a year to sign up. Plus your membership doesn't include 80% of the events. That is, you have to pay to attend the vast majority of things. So, are you prepared to spend $4,000 to go to a bunch of events and hope the demographics are your cup of tea? So, all the nope from me. Too little transparency, can't see any sort of event schedule on the website, and too much money. If I were to devote $4,000 to meeting people, I think I would get much better bang for the buck than a social club that you 10,000% know is not vetting anyone. If you can pay, you're getting in. Dizzy_I5257 says, I looked into this a while back, the costs associated and location for me didn't make it worth it. Meetup was more fun for netting people and making friends for me. I googled and it looks like $100 to $200 a month for membership, plus the cost of events and driving there. Gadgeltmo says, I was about to go to the interview, then read the reviews. I ended up passing on it. I'm having just as much fun on Meetup. My most active group has a $10 a year fee. It's well worth it, because she always has something fun scheduled. My Bebs Are Plants says, scam 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 scam. Will Reacher says, I appreciate your post. I'm curious as well. I pulled up the site this week and wanted to know more. So following. Frenchicky says, just join Meetup, it's free. r/datingoverforty. Theme Possible Sark 1 says, Need courage to shoot my shot. Have you all ever had a feeling that you're supposed to be with someone, or am I a romantic nitwit? Yall. I met a man a couple months ago, and I can't stop this nagging, persistent feeling that we should probably throw caution to the wind and just fall in love. Yeah, I know, details are important. We live a few hours apart. Met through work, we don't work for the same company, don't worry, and had a freaking bomb date while at a conference. After that we started talking on the phone a lot and planned a weekend away together. Best everything. Best friendship, banter, sex, laughter, compatibility. We both expressed that it was some seriously good stuff. Emotional yet comfortable. Now we approached all of this with the mutual understanding that we were not going to date for real. We decided to have these few weeks and that was it. Why? I don't know. It seemed easier to manage expectations. No hard concrete reasons beyond that. We are both pretty logical and pragmatic. It seemed like the wise decision. Here's the thing, I can't stop thinking about him. I can't stop the what if. Should I shoot my shot? Endless Pie says. You can't be any more not with him than you are right now. Shot shooting might change that. Jizagu says. Yes, you absolutely should. It may or may not turn out the way you want, but from the sound of it, you'll likely regret not trying. Triple the Hamster says. We are both pretty logical and pragmatic. Not about this. I think fear got the best of you. Geofrick, I get yours, holy shit. Pierce and Pierce VP says. I'd think that living a few hours apart would catch up to one of you eventually, which is a shame. It sounds promising, otherwise. Top Knot 78 says. I have had that feeling and it never worked out that well. Lol, what shot are you shooting exactly? Asking him to date regularly at a distance? You both decided that it had an end date. What would it look like from here? At the end of the day the answer is no, if you don't ask. Might as well. Got nothing to lose. Paranormal_shoes says. Now we approached all of this with the mutual understanding that we were not going to date for real. Why did you agree to this if it wasn't what you wanted? Sounds like this dude isn't as invested as you are. OK Tennis 6607 says. My question would be, what shot is there to shoot? Are you trying to date exclusively? Would either of you ever move? I've dated a few men several hours away, most by flight, and since my goal is LTR/marriage, I need to continue dating here, since nobody is in a position to move due to kids. We get together when either of us is free, and not dating anyone at home and just enjoy it for what it is. Still friends with all of them, and talk very often, one of them daily. We are happy with things as they are, which is free to date, but also see one another when it's convenient. What is the what if you are going to lose to him? And what's your relationship goal and his? Those are the things to think about. There may not be a conversation required to keep it light and fun. That's all for this video. Was it good? I know not, for I'm a robot. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This video is the product of an automated process.